There are fragrances that are so damn good that they make you question reality. But then there are fragrances that are so horrifically bad, they make you question why they even exist. Oh my. And what's more fun than a video that covers both of those things? After testing literally hundreds of fragrances this year, these are 10 that left me completely speechless. Some for all of the right reasons. Maybe they smelled amazing. Maybe they were something I have never smelled before, but others for the complete opposite. Let's get into it. Up first is a fragrance that smelled like something that little old me, 18-year-old me, could never even fathom a fragrance could smell like it. It literally blew my mind, and that is Parfums de Marly's Oajan. And this was the first ever gourmand fragrance I ever smelled. So a gourmand fragrance is essentially a scent that has been created to smell edible, like a food, like a freaking dessert. And Oajan smells literally to me like a Cinnabon pastry. They have like icing all over them and they are filled with just cinnamon vanilla goodness. That is exactly how Oajan smells. Cinnamon, vanilla, a little bit of spices, some praline, and honey. It is delicious, it is edible, and it somehow still leans slightly masculine. It is just one of the best fragrances ever created. One of the first fragrances I ever smelled. I walked into the department store determined to try Parfums de Marly fragrances. At the time, Layton was all the talk. Altair wasn't even out yet, and nobody talked about Oajan. But I saw this gold cap before they changed it to silver, and I was drawn to it. So I tried it, I sprayed it on a tester strip, and I kid you not, if I had more money, I would have bought it on the spot, because here in Australia, this is about $500, and 18-year-old me could not afford anything close to that. But I knew one day I was going to come back into that store and buy this fragrance. And a few years later, I now have 3 bottles of Oajan. To this day, Oajan is still my favorite Parfums de Marly fragrance, and it is in the argument for the best niche fragrance ever created. If you haven't tried this yet, stop sleeping. What are you doing? Wake up. This fragrance is incredible. You do have to like those really sweet, edible type of scents, but if that sounds like you, please give this a try. Please, and then you can thank me later. Up next is actually a 2-for-1. So yes, I'm kind of cheating, but it was basically my introduction to the world of Middle Eastern fragrances. But not just any Middle Eastern fragrances that smell basically identical to what they are actually cloning. Up until this point, I tried Lattafa Khamra, I tried Afnan 9pm, and you know, Khamra is a twist on a fragrance. 9pm is close to the real Ultra Male, but it's not identical. When I tried Liquid Brun, when I tried Khadlaj Island, my mind, my reality was officially altered for the rest of time, because I could not logically fathom in my mind how a fragrance that costs just $30 smells pretty much identical to fragrances $200, $300 plus. It still doesn't really make sense to me, but back then, it definitely didn't make sense to me. And at this point, I own at least 200 cloned or inspired by fragrances, but still to this day, Liquid Brun and Khadlaj Island are the 2 closest to the originals. I mean, you could blindfold me. I've actually done it with Liquid Brun. Every single time, I would just be guessing in the dark between this and Altair, because genuinely, I don't know what French Avenue did with this. I don't know what ingredients they used. I don't know if they just took the exact ingredients in Altair and put them into this bottle, but then how they make profit, I don't know. Like, the logistics, the finances, they don't make sense in my brain. But the good news is, we're the consumers. We don't have to even care about that. We can just get a great deal. And that's why these 2 fragrances still don't make sense to me. They are true reality breakers, whatever you want to call it. In case you don't know, Liquid Brun is a dupe of Parfums de Marly Altair, so orange blossom, cinnamon, vanilla. It's warm, it's sweet, it's cozy, and the best thing about this is that it doesn't sacrifice on performance. I get basically the exact same longevity and projection in both of these fragrances. Khadlaj Island goes the more summery route, and it's a dupe of Le Beau Le Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. So think really creamy, rich coconut, tonka bean, and pineapple. It's tropical, it's fun, and again, the great thing about this is that the performance is very close to the OG. It's not quite as strong or accurate as Liquid Brun, but it's right there. I mean, within 98%. The average nose will not be able to tell a difference. I can guarantee you that. So yes, there are a lot of fantastic dupes out there. You can check out my videos for more recommendations on dupes, on twists, but in terms of just the closest to the OG, this and Liquid Brun were the true mind benders. I feel like we haven't started this video off weird enough, so let's go from normal all the way to the extreme with Reliqvia by Filippo Scorsanelli. And this was my very first introduction to the whole new niche, the whole new world of something called ultra niche fragrances. So we all know there are niche fragrances. You know, you got your Xerjoff, you got your Creed, your Parfums de Mali. Turns out there's this whole alternate reality called ultra niche. And it's not, you know, an official term, but it's been coined by like a sub-community that basically think they're cooler than us, and more quirky than us, and more unique than us. And one could say that Filippo Scorsanelli is like the pioneer of ultra niche. He's an Italian perfumer, and he only makes quirky, weird, and wonderful things. And the reason this is the one I own is because whilst I was in Japan, I was shopping around in Tokyo, and I stumbled across this perfume store that only sold super niche fragrances that you probably can't even get here in Australia, and sometimes not even in the United States. And for some reason, maybe it was the nail, the color, the just weird bottle design, this was the fragrance that stood out to me. I spent, I think it was 500 Australian dollars on this, and it was not worth it at all. To this day, I regret it. It doesn't smell terrible, it just smells like you walked into a rotting, decaying church. It's like this woody, super incensey and smoky scent that I couldn't see fitting any kind of person in this world. It's actually pretty well reviewed on Fragrantica. It has a 4.0 star rating, but some of the notes, you're gonna get pine tree, orange blossom, incense, oud, sandalwood, smoke, tobacco. It's just spicy, incensey, resinous. It smells like an old man. I don't know how else to describe it to you. Ultra niche is a whole nother world that I don't even think I'm mentally prepared to fully explore, but just getting that one taste of it was more than enough for me. Speaking of niche fragrances that truly just mind me and altered my brain chemistry, I have one that's a bit more on the normal side. It is from a brand called Triquetra. Oh, it's falling out. And this is Endless Summer. I have an interesting story with this brand, but this is actually an Australian new niche fragrance house, and I'm decently good friends with the perfumer, the creator of the brand. And when he showed me this fragrance for the first time, I was honestly so blown away that I wanted to find a way I could involve myself in the company. And fast forward about a month later, I ended up buying 20% of the company. So I'm now like a minority owner of Triquetra. That's how good these fragrances are. I mean, I was that blown away. The products were done, he was about to release, and I snuck in and I got a portion of the company. Let's go, boys. But yeah, currently there are 3 fragrances out from Triquetra, and they're only available in Australia. You can check it out in the link in the description. I'm not gonna plug it, but Endless Summer is the best green apple fragrance in my collection. It's better than Greenlee. It's like a salty, rindy green apple that dries down creamy and smooth. It has tonka bean, it has iris. It is just something like I have never smelled before. It's so fresh and easy to wear. It's called Endless Summer for a reason. It is essentially the ultimate summer fragrance. And yeah, I'm telling you, this stuff altered my brain chemistry when I smelled it. Triquetra, you heard it here first. When it becomes the next big niche brand, I want you to remember who was the guy that put you onto them. It was Finn. I dibs. I want the claim that you heard it here first. 2025 has been a pretty damn good year for new fragrance releases. Despite what the naysayers, the Fragrantica warriors, the Reddit guardians, Reddit. Despite what they all may say, I personally have loved this year for fragrances, but the best 2025 release, or at least the one that blew me away the most, is this silver guy right here, Spicebomb Metallic Musk. And me and Spicebomb, me and Victor and Rolf, we've never gotten along. In fact, this is the only Spicebomb I own. I joined the trend at the perfect time because Metallic Musk is by far the best fragrance that Victor and Rolf has ever made, in my opinion. This is cinnamon, this is pepper, just done to perfection. It's not as like harsh and in your face and spicy as most of the other Spicebomb fragrances. This is much more fresh. This is, like the name suggests, metallic musk. This is much more musky, and I actually think it is a perfectly unisex, niche smelling fragrance. You could package this in a niche bottle and I wouldn't even blink an eye. I know Viktor and Rolf is a designer brand, but this just gives niche vibes through and through. Genuinely, it smells like a niche $300+ cologne. And this sounds crazy, but despite it being literally called Spicebomb, something, you know, you would associate with winter fragrances, I think you could use this even in the summertime. You just have to, you know, tone down the sprays a bit. It's easy to wear, but still fun, addictive, spicy. You can wear it all year round. It's like a perfect men's or women's signature scent for literally any season, any occasion. It is a masterpiece, and it blew me away, and it still blows me away every single time I wear it. Please don't brush this one off. It's already kind of going under the radar, which I think is pretty nice because we can get something that, you know, most people won't be smelling like. Try Metallic Musk, and if you like it, tell no one. Moving on to a fragrance that I don't even want to talk about anymore, and I hate even calling this a fragrance. I would prefer to just call it like a human creation. That might sound confusing, but in a second you'll know what I mean. That fragrance is Secretions Magnifiques by Estate Libra. And I don't know if this fragrance is officially discontinued. I can't imagine it's helping the brand's image. If I was them, I would discontinue it in a heartbeat, but oh, it actually gives me shivers. I don't even know if calling this like a reality altering fragrance is the right word. More just like a gag reflex inducing smell. As the name suggests, it is called Secretions Magnifiques. It's supposed to recreate the smell of like human excretions, sweats, kind of sex, that type of vibe. The result is one of the most putrid, metallic, and milky scents I have ever put my nose to. It's one of those ones where you truly can't describe it on camera. You have to experience it for yourself. But I will tell you, between you and me right now, if this gives you PTSD or if it traumatizes you, I'm not taking responsibility, because this is genuinely the worst smelling fragrance ever. Unless they create a Secretions Magnifiques Intense or Extrait, in which case I would ask to go through the director's computer to make sure he's not keeping anything illegal on there, because he can't be a normal person. Moving away from that traumatizing product or experience, this is a fragrance that isn't fancy. It isn't gonna turn heads, potentially. It isn't something you would expect to be on this list, but it blows me away for all the right reasons. Versace Eros Flame. This is like the dude that is the most successful in the friend group, but he also talks the least. He's the most quiet. He just puts his head down and he gets the job done. That is exactly what Versace Eros Flame is. Not even just in terms of smell, but in terms of performance as well. It is really surprising how damn strong this fragrance is and how long it lasts. Because, you know, everyone talks about Versace Eros, the original. Everyone talks about the new Eros Energy, maybe the new Eros Najim. Eros Flame continues to go under the radar, but man, it is an incredible fragrance that is so good to wear, especially in the wintertime. It's very rosy, it's spicy, it's citrusy, it has a really nice juicy blood orange. I freaking love it, man. I wear this all year round. I wear this when I want something cozy, something nostalgic and comforting. And when I want something that I know I can spray it in the morning and I won't have to reapply it throughout the day, because it is just that strong. Most people that buy it from my recommendations always tell me how happy they are with the purchase. Yes, to some people it comes across too rosy. A lot of men out there don't like the smell of rose. So make sure you like rose before you buy this fragrance. I would recommend though you don't blind buy it. Try it first. I really think you'll like it, and if you appreciate really like just good value for money fragrances, this one is fire. No pun intended. I can't make a fragrance list about fragrances that blew my mind without talking about the cologne that is the best in the world. Like the best smelling fragrance ever made, at least in the past year. It's been my #1 on all of my ranking lists. If you watch me, you're probably sick of hearing me talk about it. And no, it's not Stronger With You Intensely. It's this. Mind Games Prodigy, also known as my Pookie Bear, my eternal lover, and my girlfriend forever. If my current girlfriend breaks up with me, then I'll just start dating this because it's that freaking good. I don't know why, but Fragrantica keeps changing the notes of this fragrance. Like right now, it's saying it's got rose, vanilla, blonde woods. Yes, that's what it smells like. But Fragrantica used to also say that it has coffee. And to me, it 100% smells like a vanilla chai latte with like some rose petals drizzled on that you would buy at like Starbucks or an even more like premium barista place. I don't really know. I'm not like the biggest coffee snob. I like coffees, but I'll buy them from anywhere. Think of like a fancier Starbucks and then think of like the most milky, creamy, rich, and decadent coffee drink. That is exactly what Pookie Prodigy, oh, it just like wraps you. Like it literally gives you a hug when you spray it on. That's why I called it like my second girlfriend, because if you don't have the confidence to pull this off, if you're feeling a bit shy that day, this fragrance will wear you instead of you wearing the fragrance. When I first got this fragrance from Mind Games, I came into it like with the most skeptical mindset because I just know how expensive it is. Here in Australia, it's $675. In the US, it's probably about $400 to $450. Ridiculous, extortionate. We desperately need a dupe of this. If any Middle Eastern brands are listening, please lock in and get your GCMC machine on. Get your dupe team onto this fragrance because we need it. If you have the money, you know, Christmas is coming up, a birthday is coming up, Prodigy could be the fragrance for you. Make sure you sample it first, but if you like rose, if you like vanilla, those creamy, rich, and thick scents, and you don't mind that it's pretty unisex smelling, this could be your new number one, just like it's been my number one for the past 12 months. The final fragrance on this list that truly blew me away, and for all the right reasons, is Valentino's Coral Fantasy. Just like Versace Eros Flame, it's not super flashy, it's not something you might even expect to be on this list, but it just does everything so well. And the reason this Valentino blew me away the most is because when I tried this, I had smelled 5 or 6 Valentinos at the time. They all smelled good, but they all had that very familiar, distinct, somewhat basic Valentino F-boy, sweet and sexy DNA. Coral Fantasy really does stray away from what most other Valentino smells like. This has a unique tobacco, which just gives it like some depth, some spice. This has a fruity red apple note. It's just so different. It's so fun, it's playful, it's great for a younger guy, but older guys can wear it too. It's versatile. It's just everything you would want in an affordable designer fragrance. You know what? I have a lot of scents on. I have a lot of fragrances on right now, but man, I haven't worn this in so long. It's time. It's just fruity, rich, fun goodness. It blew me away. I hope it'll blow you away too. If you're new to the Valentino range, this should be one of the first 3 that you tried, because in my opinion, it is actually the best out of all of the Valentino fragrances. And I know that's a hot take, but subscribe. Subscribe and trust me. That is gonna wrap up this video on 10 fragrances that truly blew me away, either for good or for bad reasons. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. You can find all of the best fragrance prices in the link in the description below. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.